everybody. Hope you're doing really well. I thought I'd do an introduction in the car before we head out. This is just a standard abandoned building, not really much history, which I'll tell you about now, really. So basically, it's been left abandoned since 2020. Sort of had multiple different restaurants that have been its use, really. And notably, I wrote down Cherry's Cafe. And then what its last use was forgive my pronunciation for this because it is Romanian, but it was Crama Romanesca. Hopefully that's okay, and hopefully I've not sort of upset any Romanian people. So hopefully I've not upset you by that weird pronunciation. As always, I didn't break in. It's completely open. In fact, this is the second time I visited this because the first time it was completely shut off, and I just thought basically it's on the way to a lot of places that I go to naturally. So it's always just been one of these things of like, should I do it, shouldn't I always debate whether to, and I thought, do you know what, I think what we need to do from this video today is we need to sort of like treat it as an essay or a learning experience into what the state of abandoned buildings are these days, and the fact that it is very rare that we find abandoned buildings in a sort of state where they are, you know, in a very good condition. And as I've said before, you know, as you've probably seen through my channel, I mean, really my channel's gone through a lot of different phases. I used to be an openly urbex explorer sort of person. Now I sort of a more history focused, which to be honest with you I've always been since I was a child, as I've explained to you before, and I think really that's really what this channel is. Really, it's a history channel now, not really an urbex channel. But I think this is just going to be a thing of like, look, this is a state of abandoned buildings, standard abandoned buildings that get broken into, and I just want you to come along and just sort of see what that is. And in essence, that sort of is a form of historical documentation itself, in the fact that, you know, when they are broken into or whatever, this is what we're going to expect. It's not going to be in perfect condition. 9 times out of 10 it's not. You do obviously see a lot of those sort of like what do you call them, like I can't remember what the terminology is, but like those buildings that are just perfect inside and not being untouched. Do you know the ones I mean? There's a term for it, I just can't think what they're called. But this is really today's video is pretty much a standard thing, you know, wall, you know, everything, bar it being a ruin or completely flattened, you know. So I want you to come along with me. I want you just to sort of enjoy it for what it is. Really, it's a break from the channel. I haven't done anything abandoned in ages, and to be honest with you, as I've sort of said before, when you've done it for such a long time like what I have, I mean, like I said, you know, we're talking about 20 plus years now exploring abandoned buildings, and obviously, you know, really the channel is just a sort of mini extension of really just a sort of mini showcase of really what I had been doing for a long time. That I think it just proves the fact that really, on a historical essence, it's only as historical importance and interesting as you want to make it. So anyway, come with me, let's go and explore it. Christ, the state of this place. Mind you, I guess, if it's been abandoned for this amount of time, then, you know. Ladies' toilet. Hi. Please wash your hands. Did bring a mask with me, but it's quite well ventilated. What's smaller than you think in here as well? Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise there was someone there. Do you want me to fuck off? Because usually I'll sit out in front of him and just have a drink.
No, you do what you want, mate, yeah.
Are you with Starbucks?
No.
No? You just come and have a look?
Yeah.
Fair enough, mate. This place has been here for a good few years now.
Yeah, I was going to say it's like 2024 or something. Well, like 2024 now, but it was like 2020 when it was saying
So
when it was.
like that. Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, the roof's completely fucked because all the windows upstairs have been left open, so there's so much water damage in all of the roofing upstairs. I mean, you can get in up on the roof, not the roof, but the upstairs level, around the stairs on the side. But yeah, obviously.
So what's your story with the place then? Just somewhere you chill out?
Yeah, pretty much. Literally, it's the only place in the village where I can just fuck off and have a smoke.
Really?
Pretty much, yeah. Because obviously everyone's small village hit, so like, cause a hassle over nothing. So.
I was going to say, like, it must have been like about a few. Don't worry, I haven't got you on camera. I'm just doing my thing. But like, it wasn't like a few years ago till actually I sort of like, I don't know, was it like last summer or something when this was properly boarded up? So like, it's got open again, really.
It was early last year, early summer. They obviously kids have broken into the door and that.
Yeah.
And like everywhere, if you're gonna get into somewhere, you gotta like keep it how it is.
Yeah, 100%.
Places, because obviously there's a few tags around here.
I was going to say, it's not actually graffiti-wise. It's actually not too bad. It's just actually more it's trashed than it is actually more graffiti. You was expecting more of that, but
yeah, which is a shame, really.
Yeah. So basically, it's just like it's quite a simple layout, isn't it? Because I remember I've seen some old photos of when it was a Romanian place, and there's still that sign there. Yeah. Do you know why it all shut down? Was it COVID or something?
No. So if my memory serves me, this place had shut down before COVID.
Oh, okay.
So the last time that we had seen anyone here. They had, obviously, the remnants are on the wall here. There's like a flower thing for someone's even
I noticed that, yeah.
The entire car park was full of Romanis.
Like, really?
Enough, yeah, because
of
it's
course.
All, like, family event. And then after that, my interpretation is they haven't paid their bills on whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Because the security camera's completely been sprayed out. the like cassette player for the security cameras was trashed. And then the doors were broken into to begin with. So what I think is they got locked out, told they have to pay them to get the stuff back. Literally taken everything that they need, and then left it, and then moved on. Because they had opened up I remember seeing a flyer on the floor. They had opened up another one in Crawley.
That's right. Yeah, like 3 bridges.
That's shut down as well.
Yeah.
Now they own a hotel somewhere.
That's right. Yeah. Didn't know much like.
One of my chefs in my kitchen, he's Romanian, and he knows them, and they have their own hotel now. But yeah, it's just a shame that it's been destroyed because this is a good spot. if the roof wasn't damaged and stuff,
Yeah.
you could utilise this space for anything really.
It actually just feels like a lot smaller in here than I sort of could imagine. Do you know what I mean? Though, sort of coming here, I don't know why. It's just maybe it's because it's full of clutter, but it just sort of feels like it's, you know, it just feels a bit smaller than you sort of expect. Yeah, a bit cramped.
Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, no, thank you.
I think what also they tried to do is where this back wall is here, they tried to build an extension on.
Right.
And then it's either they burnt it down or it fell down.
Right.
Because they didn't have permission for it.
Right.
And that might have then ensued
yeah.
in their business. So.
Well, it's nice chatting to you, fella. Honestly, good, nice one. Yeah, thank you for that, mate.
Someone who actually has, like, I don't know.
I'm just interested in the history of it, do you know what I mean, sort of thing. So,
100%.
yeah.
All places, especially like this, it's been lived in. It's got.
That's exactly it, mate. Like absolutely, 100%. No, cheers for that, mate. Honestly.
Very welcome.
See ya. That was cool. Local lad. So obviously we're in the kitchen now. Like I say, it's seen better days, but then I suppose in a sort of exploring way, what the hell do you expect? Got some good local information then as well. It smells how it looks, everybody. So not pretty. Like I said, this won't be the most glamorous of sort of explores that you'll ever do, but it serves a purpose. So this is what happens when exploration just gets a bit raggedy and crappy and everything else. Like I said, simple layout. I know some of you probably moaning, I've got a mask with me, but really, it's so well open ventilated. Yeah. Public toilet sign. Assume this is the refrigerator. Yep. Disgusting. Clean up area. Free prep. Again, it's seen way better days. Even though it's trashed, there are obviously, I always believe there's levels to how bad things are. And I think actually in this instance, it could be a lot worse. Yes, I know, I've said it myself, it could be a lot worse than our refrigerator. Preset. Like I said, there's not really much point spending a lot of time in here. There just isn't much point really, because it's not the most exciting. Shame though, you sort of think to yourself at one point it's actually brought people happiness. It brought a lot of joy to some people, probably parties and God knows what, and now it's just left to this ruined state. So, you know, it's actually a shame that in essence it gets left like this. But, you know, it's like there's an old, look, like a little rag for when it was. Such a shame. Right, here we are on the toilets. It's public ones. See that original writing there that says maximum 2 people allocated. Not very good with Romanian language, obviously, but you can sort of get the gist. Kind of crazy really, like I said, to think that, see there's an out of order sign there as well. And the hand wash stuff is still in its condition. Well, it's still got hand wash in it. Hi. Yeah. It's just a shame, like I said, you can understand sometimes why places like this get run down and shut down, but you know, it's a disabled toilet there, out of order, that'd be changed. Such a shame. But this is an unfortunate state these days of restaurants and places like this. So it wasn't too long ago, I was in a very similar place in Medway. Actually to have a meal, 2 persons allocated again, that original sign. the fact that it's still here really is quite impressive. Yeah, and they were saying how badly they were struggling. That was an Italian place. I was just like, well, okay. You know, we had a meal in there with a friend, and yeah, look at this. The candles are still here. You got some plain white tiles as well, still in the box, spare ones. Storage area clearly. Some ringlets there. Amazing. Again, I'm genuinely surprised that this isn't being totally trashed. I'm sure after I film this, everybody's going to come down here and make it even worse for people. But there you go. That's what happens. All I wanted to do is just, obviously, just give a nice piece of justification to this. Because it won't be long before something changes within this. So yeah, there you go. Sad but true. Let's get out. Oh yeah. I thought I'd just sort of end this video a bit randomly. It was really strange. This is why I'm doing this like this. So long story short, was the guy that you heard in the background was a guy called Nathan, and he was 21, I think, years old. And bless him, he'd basically got a drug addiction or former drug addiction, and we were sort of talking about it all, and he was a really genuinely lovely kid, really. And he sort of mentioned that he'd been going to this building just to sort of get away from life for a little bit, and it was really sobering. And actually, to be honest with you, I wish him all the best will in the world, because I think actually when you have a journey like that and you're obviously recovering from any form of addiction, it's quite heartfelt, and you wish them all the best. So obviously, Nathan, if you're watching this, mate, I genuinely really mean this from the bottom of my heart. I hope things really work out for you, because you're on the right path, and he's got a job as well. And I thought it was quite a sobering sort of way to probably end this video, because as you know, on this channel, with my own personal demons of mental health and anxiety, that, as I've always said, really, this channel is a multitude of different things, really, and one of them is obviously to encourage all of you lot to go out and explore, and hopefully in a way that it can sort of calm, or at least sort of level out your mental health in whatever way possible. And it really, if anything, it does highlight the state of what abandoned buildings are. You either get them in a really good condition, so time capsule was the word I was going to use to begin with. So time capsule explores with sort of like little mini sort of time capsules in themselves, or you just get them in different various states. And what we've seen today, I think, is quite typical of what most abandoned buildings are these days when they are open, when they've been busted open or whatever, in whatever respect that is. So I really hope that this video has a really interesting sort of outcome to it, and it just proves really what this channel is about. And again, it was really sobering. Thank you, Nathan, also for your personal own sort of knowledge on that building as well. And yeah, really, really cool and really interesting and really sobering, because actually when I was chatting to the kid, obviously, you know, he's got his own addictions. I had, obviously, you know, it affected mental health and everything else, so we spoke about that as well, and spoke about anxiety, and it was just strangely how you bump into people, and you just chat about those types of things. So it was a really interesting thing to reflect on. Probably chatted on a little bit too long now. Hopefully you really enjoyed that video for what it was. I'm sorry it wasn't the most Phoenix History like video you're going to see, but obviously it's a reason why I don't really do much abandoned stuff anymore, because it's just really conditioned stuff like this. It's just sad to see. Anyway, much stuff to all of you out there, because history matters. I think in this case we can say that hopefully, no matter what, whatever the outcome of that building, hopefully it will have a second life, and if it doesn't, that's okay. It's just a state of things these days, isn't it? But, you know, take care, everybody. Feel free to spread the word at the channel. Much stuff to all of you out there. As you can probably tell, my mood's changed because of chatting to Nathan. It's really opened. It's just reminded me of how precious life is, and how we only have one life, and the paths and different choices that we make reflect on ourselves. And as I said to you, because of my passion for mental health and helping other people, hopefully on their journey to mental health recovery, and especially in anxiety. Just as I've always said before, you are not alone out there, and you know, every day is a new day, and I really hope that reminds us of that. Take care, everybody. Love to all of you out there. Feel free to spread the word of the channel. Much love, and I will of course see you all very soon. Ready? I think you are. Come on.